60, and I'm gonna go about 50 in the back because I want to be able to keep this tire light load setting, because if I don't have that on, I have to fill them up to like 80, which is ridiculous. I think it's stupid. So let's get off now. I'm gonna let it run. I feel like I've done this so many times now. Set that to 60. Remember I gotta remember to not lose the cap. And this is basically all there is to it. Just gotta let it sit here and it makes all this weird noise. But it'll start beeping whenever it's done, and then I'll move on to the next tire. Oh, what? Man, just listen to that Cummins engine purr. It sounds so good. There she blows! Time to pull her off. Install the cap. Still at 60, so I'm going to move on to the next. Reach this over the hood. Don't want it to scrape the car, you know what I'm saying? The Cummins. Yeah, the wheels still looking pretty dirty. Definitely got to get those brakes on here. We're now rolling out of here, just filled her all up, and it seems like we're good. 65, 64, 49, 50, so it's a little bit off, but I mean, come on, it's off by one PSI. Give me a break. So we're all good to go now, and I actually created a big line. I don't know if you saw, there was like a couple cars behind me. My one light, if you guys are wondering what that is, it's not an engine light or anything. That is the exhaust brake. I always like to keep that on, especially with these low brakes that I have on the Cummins. This is where Mike bought his truck at, and then they went under investigation. Okay, now we just gotta cross this extremely busy road here. And we road here. You can tell it's very bumpy. Not much stuff going on back here. Definitely be a perfect place for this video. First place is pretty cool. See what's back here, and then we'll go check that place out. Oh yeah, and I also got my fog lights on now. Uh-oh, we got company. Alright guys, so it's almost 5 o'clock and it's already almost dark, completely dark outside. Here you can really appreciate the new LED lights and the LED fog lights. I know I've already made the video and everything on them, but I think it looks so much better this way. And of course, I've had my Silverado for a couple years now and it's never had LED lights. So I'm definitely going to need to upgrade the tail lights, because the tail lights are just regular right now. So hopefully I can talk to Oxbeam or a company and we can get those tail lights, and then maybe the license plate down here. Although if I get a license plate one, I'll make the license plate brighter, because you know, if we're going to be doing crazy stuff with diesel trucks, we don't really want that license plate to be visible as well with LED lights. Yeah, I'm just wearing this hoodie right now and it's pretty cold outside. I was talking to Max actually at DFR about intakes, and he said he recommended this brand, and I'm thinking about it for the Silverado. But then I also thought, you know, I should probably do an intake first on the Cummins, because I really want to lighten up that turbo. Pretty quiet, but of course when it's really cold outside, it's pretty obnoxiously loud whenever it kicks into high idle. That's actually what happened first in the morning. I start the engine, it was cold outside, pretty loud. Cold start is usually really loud with these trucks, any trucks in general really. And then the high idle kicks on and I was like, holy crap, it got a lot louder. Like, this is gonna wake up the neighbors. And then I pressed the exhaust brake, hear the turbo, and it literally sounds like a jet. So that is just ridiculous. In my pocket here, I got some old receipts from when I filled the tank, and I'm going to talk about the Cummins first because, well, I have the Cummins here. Okay, so at Sheetz, I filled up and I have 27.7 gallons in this Cummins here. It's pretty awesome. It's a way bigger tank. It's actually about 6 gallons bigger than the Silverado, 5 or 6, $3.01 a gallon. It's pretty expensive. And then it came out to a grand total of $85.88. Basically, let me grab my phone here so I can get the calculator out. I want to be very specific with you guys. I basically used a full tank of diesel. Now I have a little bit on the last quarter of a tank here. I've used 408 gallons already. Let's just round it and let's say 450. I get 450 out of it because I know whenever you're empty, you can still go a good amount. I went 408 miles already on the Cummins. So you do how far you can go divided by how many gallons you have in a tank. And there we go. Honestly, get about 16.3 gallons to Cummins, and that is with stuff I've been doing. Now, if I did pure highway, it'd probably be a good amount higher. So keep in mind here, guys, I do also have a tune by Anarchy Diesel, which should add more power. So just remember that I'm running more power. Now, if I put on the economy tune, that might give me a few more miles per gallon, so I'm gonna think about doing that. Now, I got the 6.7 Cummins engine in this Ram here. 5.9, I know it can get around 20, something like that, maybe a little bit more whenever you tune it. So that's a big difference, because there's a huge power difference whenever we went from the 5.9 to the 6.7, and that's why the gas mileage isn't as good on these. So this won't be the first time I'll do this. Basically, I was doing a rough estimate. I haven't actually used a full tank. Whenever I had half a tank of diesel in the Cummins, I did a calculation then, and that was about 17. So it's anywhere between 16 to 17 is what this Cummins gets. So let me set you up here as I open up my other receipts that I got. I also got some for the Silverado. Not gonna leave that out. Okay, so I also have my Diesel County Dragway receipt because I filled up a full tank before I went down there because it takes a while and a lot of gas actually. About an hour and a half drive. Drove the Silverado. So I always go to BJ's because they have the best price. $60 to fill the tank. I got 23.5 gallons, $2.60 a gallon. It's pretty expensive. So I remember on my phone here, I took a picture of my trip because that's how I've been calculating it, and I got 341 miles at basically 3/4 a tank. So I'm basically doing the same calculation here. Divided by 3, quarter of a gallon, I'll go with 113 miles. Times that by 4, got 23.5 gallons in the Silverado. Wow, wasn't really expecting that one. Somehow I'm getting 16 only in the Cummins, and then for the Silverado, somehow I'm getting 19. I don't really believe that. I feel like it's 16 or 17, because you also got to remember, I'm running mud-terrain tires on the Silverado, and it's also lifted, and I removed the air dam. I still have an air dam on this. Roughly, to be honest with you, I'm getting like 17 per truck. So there you have it, guys. If you get the older diesels, you'll definitely get some crazy MPGs, but for the newer one, gonna get pretty comparable to gas. So it's getting pretty cold. It's pretty dark out here. Gonna go check out that other parking spot, and let's go check out that lake. Hopefully you can actually see something. Go check it out for a second because we're already out here. I drove pretty far. Whew, it's freezing out there. All right, looks like we're the last ones here. Just gonna walk on this trail and see where it takes us. Actually gonna run it. Oh yeah, we made it. I remember coming out here to fish before. It's only open certain times of the year so they can let the fish spawn. All right, guys, I ran back to the parking lot now, and like I said before, they both get about 17. You got to keep in mind the Silverado is running mud tires, it's lifted and doesn't have an air dam. The Cummins has got a few years on her now, and I'm not running the economy tune, so I have added power, so that also decreases the gas mileage. I'll definitely switch on the economy tune, and then we'll really see what we're getting on the Cummins. If you're looking for a truck that gets extraordinary gas mileage, just look at the Eco Diesel Ram 1500. It's got a V8 diesel engine in it, and I read on some forums before that people would run 35s on those and still get like 25 to the gallon. So that's ridiculous. That's what people said on forums. Other than know my MPGs, still not going to stop me from running bigger tires. We drive trucks to drive trucks. You also got to keep in mind that this was just one calculation. So I guess that does it for this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so I can see you next video. Take it easy.